Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, and the result of the fight is Josh Taylor getting a massive, disgusting, atrocious, disgraceful, just horrible gift decision over Jack Catterall. Just a bad gift decision. And look, it's not doing me any joy to say this because I'm a big Josh Taylor fan. I mean, shit, it was Josh Taylor Appreciation Week here on True School Sports, and it looks like the judges appreciated him a little bit too much. You know, I don't think he won that fight. I think Jack Catterall deserves all the respect in the world. He stayed sharp for the majority of the fight. Came out early with a great sharp jab, a nice steak knife sharp, straight left hand over the top. He took advantage of Josh Taylor leaving that right hand low. He exploited every chink and every last little part of the armor that Josh Taylor had. So I couldn't be any prouder of Jack Catterall. I couldn't tip my cap, give him respect. You know, El Gato Jack Catterall has earned all my respect today. And as far as I'm concerned, I will now recognize Jack Catterall as the real undisputed 140-pound champion. Real shame. Shit like this makes you really question why you love this sport sometimes. But enough of me. I'll swing over to the Pops.
I was saying, since I've been watching boxing, that actually let me calm down and not get upset about things, even though I know what the outcome should have been. But the results say different than what I thought. Shout out to British boxing. Shout out to Jack Catterall, El Gato, the cat. He actually came in there in Josh Taylor's backyard and literally exposed him to no end. Regardless of how close the fight was, I still think that he should have edged it. He should have edged the fight, and it didn't happen that way. So UK, British boxing, hold your head up high. Scotland, hold your head up high, even though we know the reality of what actually happened. I think that Josh Taylor did not win this fight. I think the game plan that Catterall had from the beginning, BT, when you called it from the beginning, my son doesn't just say something to say.
He looks flat. I told Pops he looks flat.
The first 2 rounds, Dad, there's something right with Taylor. He didn't win this fight.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he didn't win this fight. He just got a freebie. I've learned to live how boxing is, regardless of what the scores are. Because if not, I won't sleep all night. I'll take it too personally.
Sad.
It's unfortunate because Catterall came in there and fought an excellent game plan and did everything he was supposed to do. Sure, Taylor came to the later rounds and he took those rounds away, but you can't take the credit from take away from Catterall when he knocked him down. As a judge, I would have favored that more and gave favor to that, whether the concept of the whole fight and that. And I just think that today was they didn't put the flowers on the right fighter. If I was Taylor, I would run it back just to get my true dignity and respect for myself, which probably won't happen.
It won't.
And Catterall, UK boxing, hold your head high because, like BT says, he's actually the true undisputed fighter.
Sure, undisputed champion. I'll say this. Somebody brought up a great point on the live. Josh Taylor recently signed an exclusive promotional deal with Sky Sports, and the reason that's significant is because that means that there's now more money behind Josh Taylor. Which means that if he would have lost this fight and he just signed a deal, that deal he signed with Sky goes up in smoke. It's always bullshit in boxing. It's always, when it comes to fights of any consequences, you always gotta follow the money. And that's what I did with this fight. And it's not surprising, Josh Taylor's stock with me. I mean, he's a great fighter. He's achieved some amazing things in the sport. I'm still a huge fan. But I tell the truth, he lost the fight, and he lost it pretty convincingly to me. I want to say this, guys. It was Josh Taylor. I was trying to raise awareness about the fight this weekend because I felt like people weren't doing enough to cover the Josh Taylor fight this weekend. So I dubbed this week Josh Taylor Appreciation Week here on True School Sports. And, I think highly of him. I still do. But I got to be real. I got to be real, and I got to call myself out. I got to repent of my own sins sometimes. Josh Taylor is not beating Terrence Crawford. He's not. He's good. He's very good. Terrence Crawford's all-time great. When we talk about skills and whatnot, I just don't think, what I saw tonight was I saw a lack of boxing acumen from Josh Taylor. He wasn't using the jab. He was gunshot after the left hand. And he fought a guy in Catterall who's a southpaw. Terrence Crawford can turn southpaw and be a longer ranger, more dangerous southpaw. So I just think we saw a lack of the ability to adjust, the lack of ability to change his style. And yeah, I'm gonna you know, I always tell you guys, I can think things, but I always reserve the right to change my mind. I favored Crawford in that fight, but I used to always say like nobody's safe, not even Terrence Crawford. I favor him by a lot more now than I used to. I don't think Josh Taylor's got to beat him. I don't think Spence is either. I think if Crawford's gonna lose, it's gonna have to be someone like Ennis or maybe, you know, Ortiz or someone like that. Or, you know, if those guys get past the next fights against McKinson and Steele Clayton respectively. But honestly, for Crawford to lose, I think he might need to go to 54 because it's not Taylor, it's not Spence, it's not none of these guys. And that's what it is. So
I mean that sometimes a fighter's gonna get exposed. A fighter didn't expect to get exposed by his opponent. And that goes credit to Catterall. A lot of people didn't want to give him credit for. And today we see what.
To be real, it wasn't like I didn't study for the fight. We watched tape on Catterall.
Yeah. We
knew he was good. There was just nothing on tape that showed me
like that.
He didn't box like that. Like he was on his toes. He was throwing straight sharp 1-2 down the pipe. I mean,
on the bike and doing it right.
I mean,
he did everything.
Showing right, physical strength on the inside. Now I was very impressed with Catterall. So Taylor may have gotten the gift of his life and won the fight, but the winner of the night, the winner that will always be recognized here on True School Sports, is a man that they call El Gato. You know, UK's very own Jack Catterall. So it's not a good day for boxing, but you know it is what it is. It's part of the sport. And yeah, Josh Taylor. Like I said, I'm gonna raise my hand as the leader of the Josh Taylor American part of the fan club. I'm gonna raise my hand and say, you know what? I got a little carried away. He ain't being Terrence Crawford.
I mean,
and no, I always say Crawford, but I'm saying like I don't even think he got anything for Crawford.
Yeah, I think
to be honest,
one thing you can't take about there's levels to boxing. One thing that you know when Crawford goes in there, it's
it ain't controversial.
Yeah,
this is why.
Always say that about
this is why.
You always say that.
When you guys sit here and you want to disrespect fighters like Demetrius Andrade, who fight the mandatories, and even like me with Canelo or Roman Gonzalez or Crawford, you know, these guys like Crawford and Andrade and Chocolatito and Canelo, these are guys that perform at a high level consistency. It's seldom you ever see them drop in their performances, and that's why they are who they are in boxing. And that's why, you know, the pound for pound list always changes, but these guys are always in and around that top 10, top 15, top range, you know. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Jack Catterall, tip of the cap goes to you on a brilliant performance. Thank you for a great afternoon of boxing, and you definitely earned a fan of me and El Gato. But Josh Taylor, still a huge fan, but as a huge fan, because I love you, I tell you the truth. You fucking got schooled. You did not beat Jack Catterall. He beat you from Glasgow to Aberdeen to whatever other city you want to name in the Scotland. He beat you all over the ring. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.